Mr. CEO, tell me, how do you get away with this? How can you just admit that you like removing purple women from existence just even though they haven't broken any rules? How can you simply admit that and not get into vast amounts of trouble?
You see, I simply do not care. I am very rich and famous and can get away with whatever I want. I don't really care what purple women have to say.
Okay, I can't argue with that. That's a little bit base, but it is my livelihood on the line here, okay? My goddamn livelihood on the line. Who do you think you are, huh? What is wrong with you? Telling me outright I didn't break any rules, but there are special rules that apply to me? What the heck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. You can't just ban people based off of made-up, fucked-up rules that you just made up on the spot. You can't go through 3 years of their content and cherry-pick these bizarre, tiny moments that they said something out of context to string it together into something that at best would be a very freaking tiny minor offense. And then ban them for a week! When people come on the site do lewd things in real life and get banned for a day! Even though I didn't break the TOS, you told me I didn't break the TOS! And you're not even gonna show it to me, it's just bullshit!
Anyway, back to our interview.
Hi, and welcome to Shadow News, your most reliable source of Vtuber news. There's no Vtuber news source quite as reliable or dependable as Shadow News. Thanks for tuning in today. We have some really interesting stories to tell about VTubing. Shadow News. I'm your host, Shadow. Crazy, right? As you may be able to tell by the scrolly bar at the bottom, I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry, I just know it's a scrolly bar. As you may be able to tell, we have some big, exciting stories today. Any that we don't cover in today's top news section, you'll be able to hear about at the 5 o'clock news at 5 o'clock. That's real. I definitely won't get kicked out of this place that I definitely did not break into before then. That wouldn't happen, don't worry. Is the music too loud? I feel like I'm shouting over it. Okay. Anyway, welcome to Shadow News! Today's first breaking news story is, this one. Oh man, we have a sad story for you guys today. But don't worry, we're gonna get the saddest one out of the way for all of the happy, jolly, joyful news that we'll be having next. Reports have come in that a very sad girl has, forgot to turn the AC down. A very sad girl has celebrated her birthday alone after nobody came to her birthday party. If only someone had been able to come to her birthday party. Where's my music? Okay. If only somebody could have come to her birthday party. Alas, she invited like 150,000 people, and not one of them could come. Such a preventable situation. If only one of those guys had showed up. You know, if only one guy had come. If only something could have been done. But alas, she was doomed to celebrate her birthday alone. In the dark. She couldn't even eat the cake because when she tried to cut it, her tears were obscuring her vision. So she accidentally threw the cake across the room. She had to just sit there for the 6 hours that she was renting the party room for, alone in the dark. If only something could have been done. But anyway, that's the news for today. That's our first headline story. Man, if only something could have been done and that girl wasn't forced to celebrate her birthday all alone. Our next story today on Shadow News, your most legitimate VTuber news source, is that reportedly Shumo stocks have skyrocketed in the last 2 weeks or so. If you invested in Shumo coin in the right place at the right time, you're probably a trillionaire now. The market, it's just up, 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 up. I would not buy now. You shouldn't buy now. It's too late. You can't buy now. Too late. You can't. No. Too late. Stop. Don't buy now. Anyway. The stonks, they're really big. The increased demand has led to some supply-related issues. Shumo farmers have reportedly been struggling to a massive degree ever since this increased demand for supply begun. Here, live at the scene, is our newscaster live at the scene. Hello, live at the scene lady.
Hello, I'm the live at the scene lady. Thank you for coming to Shadow News today. Today I'm reporting upon the Shumo shortages that are causing local farmers a lot of agricultural stress and issues. I'm here today with the farmer of the Shumo field.
Oh, thanks for reporting live, newscaster lady. We really appreciate you going out there and getting your shoes dirty with this hard farming.
Oh yes, it's the least I can do. I'm so committed to the story. I just love working for Shadow News, your most reliable VTuber news source. Anyway, here I am today with a local farmer of Shumos.
Hi, local farmer of Shumos. I'm Shadow from Shadow News. Thanks for coming on the show.
Hello, I'm a local Shumo farmer. This is my trade. My daddy before me was a local Shumo farmer, and his daddy before him. It's all I've ever known. But I've been going through a lot lately as the increased demand for Shumos has hit the market, and I just can't keep up. I got 10 trillion Shumos growing in this here field of mine, but it just ain't gonna be enough once the shipping sails out.
Oh no, how do you plan to handle this incredible demand?
And I'm just gonna keep doing what my daddy did during the tough seasons and what his daddy did before him. I'm gonna keep growing Shumos.
Wow! Sumo farmer local and our the woman on the scene. I forgot the word. Our woman on the scene. Can you tell us a little more for our very interested viewers? Reporter, great job. Our reporter at the scene. Could you tell us a little more about Shumo farming for our interested viewers at home? That's you.
Why, yes, I can tell you anything you'd like to know.
Okay, tell me then.
Why, yes, I can tell you anything you want to know.
Well, I thought that you would like... Okay, how long does it take a Shumo to grow from the seed? Do they grow from...
I would say it takes, on average, about 25 to 35 years for a single Shumo to grow from bud to seed to harvest.
Wow, that's such a long time.
Excuse me, Shadow from Shadow News.
Yeah? What seems to be the matter?
As you can see, I am the live reporter at the scene. You should let me ask the questions.
Oh, I'm sorry, live reporter at the scene. I didn't mean to steal your job.
That's okay, Shadow at Shadow News. I understand that you are very good at everything.
Oh, yes!
Anyway, so it takes a very long time for these shumos to grow, does it?
Why, yes. It takes many years. These shumos right here that are almost ready to be harvested and shipped out, they were my daddy's shumos.
How do you possibly plan to cope with this massive increase in supply? I mean, demand, then?
I already told you. Now I'm just gonna keep growing shumos.
Beautiful. What a beautiful story. The story of intergenerational shumo growth. Truly, not just one man it takes to create a field of shumos, but many, many. Thank you, live reporter at the scene and local shumo farmer, for this interesting story that you have blessed us with today. Thank you. Wow, what an interesting, great story. I can't believe that shumo farming takes quite so much work. Maybe, if you're interested and you have several generations of upcoming families to also teach, you should look into shumo farming. I heard that there's a gap in the market right now. It's a good time to buy a field and get to plowing. Next up, our next story is going to be a really shocking one. So more sensitive viewers, please cover your ears right now. We're going to be talking about the recent ban on a new interspecies breeding program that has been taking the world by storm. The cat bunny, also known as the a word that our broadcast network has told me I am no longer allowed to say. Now, I know what you're thinking. Of course. How could this happen? How could two species be allowed to create an abomination that less than a week after its conception has been viciously eradicated from the planet? We just don't know. Those scientists are really out of control. I don't know who keeps letting them get away with it, but they are sure being put to a stop now. Many questions are being asked in the industry, like, was there no ethics board checking that this was okay? And, what is going to happen to the existing cat bunny hybrids that are existing and wandering the world? It's okay though, because our network has assured me that existing cat bunnies are being collected very, very nicely and rehomed to a nice place where they can wander free and lounge in some grass all day and eat grass at a farm, not to be confused with the Shumo farm, not there, but a different farm. So, if you are in possession of a cat bunny, our network has been told that I have to make you aware that soon you'll be receiving a knock at your door and your cat bunny will be collected. Failure to comply with these guys to come to your house and take your cat bunny may result in consequences. Next, we're going to be talking about a mysterious woman that many men have reported seeing in their dreams. Have you seen this woman? Some say that every night she's been appearing in the dreams of hundreds to thousands of men. We're not sure why or how. Everyone is experiencing visions of this same woman. We just don't get it. Scientists, now free that they don't get to work on cat bunny hybrids anymore, have been investigating this woman. Why is her appearance so coherent between so many people's dreams? We just don't know. It must be some sort of brain engineering thing. Yeah. Many men report finding her attractive and very relaxing. Some men report her having a name that is Tatiana. And some men report her trying to kill them, but feeling very relaxed in her presence nonetheless. Many questions here for sure, but don't worry. Scientists are currently working on figuring out the cause of this and what can be done about it. For now, know that scientists are thinking it's probably okay, and she probably cannot really kill you in real life. Not in game. But we're not, we haven't, like, proven, so maybe you should be Sorry, my network has advised me to tell you that she is harmless and cannot kill you, and you should be okay. Probably. Okay, the network has just told me that we actually have a new development on one of our previous stories. I'm a little concerned. Network, yes? Okay, they have informed me that this next story is extremely graphic, and any sensitive viewers should turn off the program now. But this is breaking news, everyone. Shadow News, your most legitimate VTuber news source, has some breaking live fresh news right here. Sensitive viewers, close your ears, close your eyes, okay? Alright. Our next piece of news, and here is some very challenging, violent footage from the scene of the crime. It appears that that has escaped rehousing attempts and is currently wreaking violence upon many veterinarians, government officials, the purple website owners, police officers, politicians, doctors, just everyone you can name is being brutally massacred right now by this creature which seems to be out for vengeance. After they tried and failed to kill it, it seems that their attempts actually backfired and instead made the creature stronger, and it is killing people. We have been advised to tell you to lock your doors, lock your windows. If you see this creature, please call your local authorities. Do not have any interactions with this entity. It's very dangerous, very bad, and very evil. So please be safe. If you possess a firearm or a sharp object of any kind, please keep it nearby just in case. We've heard that it's incredibly strong, armed, and inconceivably dangerous. The casualty toll is already in the thousands. Please stay away from any windows. Please. Because if you die, nobody is going to be watching Shadow News. Please don't die. I need you. The network says that if our ratings keep dropping, they're gonna axe the show. Please keep watching. They're gonna kill me. Anyway, we have one more story of the day, and it's another breaking news story. In fact, a live story with our woman reporter lady at the scene. Let's jump right to that right now. We have a live interview with a very important individual, but the network has advised me to tell you that we have had to blur his face and we've had to modify his voice because this individual is extremely important and it's very necessary that his identity remains top secret. However, we're going to be talking about some of the comments that this individual has been making recently and some of the interactions that have been happening. Now, to the reporter at the scene.
Hello, I am the reporter at the scene. I'm currently reporting from the CEO of house, and I'm here today at his McDonald's mansion. Just having a great time. He's been so sweet to me. What a lovely guy.
No, he's not. I remembered the things that guy's been saying.
So here we have a charming interview with a charming gentleman. Yes. Why don't you come on here, Mr. CEO of...
And of course, I'm going to remind our lovely viewers again that this person's name and voice has been modified using top-of-the-line AI because it's very important that their identity remains secret. Now, Mr. CEO, come forth. Don't worry, they'll have no clue who you are. Now, say hello, you're on TV, on Shadow News, your most reliable VTuber news source.
Hello. I am a CEO of a big website, and my identity must remain secret.
I see, how interesting. Wow, that's so cool. To have a big CEO on Shadow News, your most reliable, legitimate VTuber news source. If only we could tell who this guy is. But anyway, I don't know who he is. Anyway, back to our newscaster at the scene. Why don't you tell us a little about what you're doing there at the CEO's vast and beautiful mansion? Yeah? Why don't you tell us?
I'm here today to talk about some challenged, very interesting comments that the CEO has been talking about. Why don't you tell us about your comments upon purple women, Mr. CEO?
I just don't like them. I simply do not like them. If I see a purple woman, even if she has not broken any rules, I must ban her. Because apparently there are a special set of rules for purple women that I just made the fuck up because I want to ruin purple women.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is a free, independent news channel, and it's okay to talk about the things you don't like here. We won't stop you. You can say anything as long as it's not illegal.
Well, I'm glad to finally know of a news source that I'm allowed to talk about my feelings directly with.
Yes, of course. We would never withhold your rights here. This is a free country here on Shadow News.
Actually, we're not a country, we're a news channel. I don't know if you know that. We're Shadow News, your most legitimate VTuber news source.
Yes, I think everyone knows that. But anyway, Mr. CEO, tell me, how do you get away with this? How can you just admit that you like removing purple women from existence just even though they haven't broken any rules? How can you simply admit that and not get into vast amounts of trouble?
You see, I simply do not care. I am very rich and famous and can get away with whatever I want. I don't really care what purple women have to say.
Okay, I can't argue with that. That's a little bit base, but it is my livelihood on the line here, okay? My goddamn livelihood on the line. Who do you think you are, huh? What is wrong with you? Telling me outright I didn't break any rules, but there are special rules that apply to me? What the heck are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. You can't just ban people based off of made-up, fucked-up rules that you just made up on the spot. You can't go through 3 years of their content and cherry-pick these bizarre, tiny moments that they said something out of context to string it together into something that at best would be a very freaking tiny minor offense. And then ban them for a week! When people come on the site do lewd things in real life and get banned for a day! Ban me for a week! For existing! Even though I didn't break the TOS, you told me I didn't break the TOS! And then said that you just haven't made up another TOS for me! And you're not even gonna show it to me! It's just bullshit!
Anyway, back to our interview.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little heated there. a little heated, haha. I'd like to remind our Shadow News viewers at home that haha. Never mind. I don't want to remind them anything. My network has told me to abstain. I'm peaceful. I'm calm. I'm nice. Anyway, back to our delightful interview with our lovely guest. And our beautiful, talented newscaster. I will be quiet now. Smile.
Okay, so back to our interview. Tell me, Mr. CEO, why do you hate purple women so much? We know that you can get away with it. But why? Why do you hate them so much? What did purple women do to you?
I just don't like them. I just don't like them.
Yes, but would you care to tell us exactly why you don't like them? What did purple women do to you? Did they do something bad? Did they break the rules? Did they, I don't know, kill your dog?
No. Purple women do not break the rules. I just don't like them. Don't like them. There's just something about purple women. They're not like the women that well, I will not be saying anything further, but I simply do not like purple women, and I shall not tolerate them. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, I'm a little done with this guest now. I don't like having this guest on Shadow News, your most legitimate VTuber news source. I don't trust this guy, and I do not want him on my show. Perhaps we can remove him now, newscaster lady.
No, I don't think we're quite done interviewing yet. I still have more questions, Shadow of Shadow News. Aren't you being a little biased, considering this is an independent network?
Aw, man, you're right about that. This is an independent free speech network. I guess it can't be helped then. Carry on.
Okay, so Mr. CEO, our next question is, what do you like to do for fun? We'd all like to hear a little more about you.
Well, you see, I like to...
Honey, I'm home.
Oh shit, what is that?
Honey, I'm home from my hard day of work being a breasty lady on your website. I'm home. Okay, we're having, the network is having some technical difficulties. Please stand by. We're having technical difficulties with this live interview with the CEO of an undisclosed website. Oh man, that's what happens when you have live news. There's just nothing you can do. You just don't see these things coming, huh? Oh man, oh gosh, who could have seen that one coming? Well, maybe that answers some questions, I think. Okay. Alright, okay. And with that, I believe that's the end of today's Shadow News segment. Never forget about Shadow News, your most legitimate VTuber news source. Live streaming on twitch.tv/Fallenshadow every day, but not really. Every day. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Shadow News. And you, points at you, have a great night.